It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show on a Monday morning, the start of a brand new day. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, of course, we all know that there are many moments in life when we need to make a good impression, and sometimes we need a few tips to get us through those tricky situations. And we've seen the Presenter Search contestants have their time to shine with presenting, but you can also have your time to shine in your everyday life with Orbit Gum. And so we've got you covered. And if you're wondering what's the best way to ask for that promotion, then we've got the founder of Integrative Coaching and Executive Coach Warren Munitz here to help you with that. How to increase your chances of leveling up in the workplace is what we're talking about. Great to have you here, Warren.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I think everyone is always seeking to improve themselves, have their time in the spotlight and make it last for as long as possible. Let's talk about the kind of homework and preparation that you need to do before you step into that office, into that meeting, and make that proposition.
I think the question, it's a great question. I think the important thing is that preparation starts long before you step into the office.
Yeah.
So while believing in yourself and you know, there are lots of methods of doing that, whether it's meditation, coaching, or you know, getting therapy.
Yeah.
While believing in yourself is important, I think the preparation to making that impact starts long before.
Yeah.
So if you can learn to create value in the company, you know, if I use the words of JFK, you know, ask not what your company can do for you, but for what you can do for your company.
Yeah.
If you are striving to create value, it makes it very easy for leaders to see that. So if you're not just there for the paycheck, you're not just there for the promotion, but you're actually there to help grow the company, you know, it makes the leaders of that company, if you know, if they're worth anything, quite easy to see that your employees are now helping you build and grow your vision.
And what about then, you know, in terms of from an organizational point of view, because you're talking about leaders recognizing that you are trying to add value to the company. How important then is it to time it properly in terms of where the company is, what is currently happening in the company, and understanding the future trajectory of the company?
Exactly. So if you have that kind of insight, if you're asking those kind of, those kinds of questions, and you're aware of where the company is, so asking for a promotion at times where the company's tight or not doing well or needs to be, you know, more efficient, that would be a bad time. The other thing to also consider is the timing or the cycle or the mood of the person you're asking the promotion from. You know you have good days and bad days.
Yes.
You know your boss, and when he's feeling bad, it's not a good time to ask for a promotion.
Probably good to also know his habits. You know, if your boss likes
he or
coffee
she
during their meetings, maybe order a coffee for them.
Exactly.
Really?
It's about creating the right environment as well. Because if you have that awareness, you're not only doing it there for the promotion, you're doing it in your day-to-day work.
Absolutely.
You're creating value. And if you over-deliver,
everybody loves an over-delivery, right? So now you've stepped into the boss's office. You've had that meeting. It felt like it went well. You did all of your preparations and you've shaken hands and you get the good old, you'll be hearing from us, or we'll get back to you on that. And it tends to be maybe a week or two before you hear back from them, maybe 3 weeks or a month. How do you keep yourself kind of in the game, continuing to plow into the company, giving your best, but also, you know, following up to make sure that, you know, your superiors know that you are enthusiastic, that you're game, that you do still want this improvement in your life? Yeah.
So if for you, if it's about the money, if it's about the promotion, then that's the only thing you're going to be focused on, and it's going to affect your work. But if your focus is not, if your focus is literally about creating value, then getting the promotion and more money as you grow, that's a byproduct of being the best version of yourself. So if you're stuck and, you know, you come out of that office and you feel the hit and it's a little bit of an ego hit and you think, damn, you know, I really feel I deserve it. Great. Have your moment of that. And then come back to chopping wood. Come back to the work and refocus on just giving your best, because the more you do that, the more value you create. And I mean, this keeps repeating it. The more value you create, the more it's like being proud of what you do. That's the reward.
Yeah.
The more you do that, the promotion that's coming.
Yeah.
And if you're in a company where you aren't getting acknowledged, then sure, maybe you should leave.
Yeah. Maybe start your own company.
Yeah, hey, why not?
So in summary, what would you say then are your top tips and your process to follow when you are looking for that leveling up and finding your time to shine in your organization?
So, okay, so I suppose believe in yourself and create value. But also, if you don't ask, it's better to ask forgiveness than permission. So you can push and you can persevere with trying to get that promotion, but at the same time, there's a balance between, persevering and being pushy. So I would say balance.
Yeah, certainly be careful of that. And also, I think some very valuable tips and I think people don't focus enough on that, on the preparation before the execution. And there's so much opportunity before the time of execution for you to prepare and really put yourself in the best position that you could be in order to execute that chance.
Because by that time, it should be a no-brainer.
Yeah. Yes.
Because if you are actually adding that kind of value,
Yeah.
it should be a no-brainer for the boss to go, look, you deserve the...
And you are so ready for it as well.
Exactly.
Thanks so much, man.
You're welcome.
Great to have you here. Of course, step into the limelight and put your best foot forward every single time, because it is your time to shine, especially with our friends at Orbit Gum. And remember to watch Presenter Search, the Expresso edition, every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3, where this week we finally see the top 10 contenders, and you, the viewer, can then have your say. So tune in to find out how.
It's your time to shine with Presenter Search on 3 and Orbit Gum.